up? I'm just setting up the microphone real quick. You should not be able to see me, which is fine. You'll see me in a moment. Final check. Jesse, are you wearing a shirt? Good. Okay. Hello. I feel like that's the only thing I really have to check is if I'm wearing a shirt, because I wouldn't if I had the choice. But Twitch frowns upon that. How are you doing? I don't I think usually we have like 4 or 5 people the first maybe let's see, maybe like I want to say it fills in as time goes on. I feel like the first half hour we usually have 4 or 5 people, but we're starting out with 11, and I think it's because all you fucks are quarantined, which is the point of this. I was if you haven't been up to date on my shit, I was talking about how I want to do more content shit right now because everyone kind of needs it. Oh, okay, we got some shit. Let me see. I have to catch up with Frozen Frost. Thank you for the follow. The Book Dragon 619. Thank you for the follow. Silver Maggie. Thank you for the follow. Alturity. Thank you so much for the follow. Arlette. Thank you for the follow. I just want to make sure that I got those first. In case I didn't last time. Oh, and it's not a bad dick. Thank you for the host. Is that something that I said, or is that just a complete coincidence? Because I think I seem to remember saying that, but it might not. It might be totally unrelated. I have no idea. Was the Mothman's dick a bad dick? It wasn't a bad dick, surprisingly. Wouldn't that be funny if the Mothman just whips out his penis and it's like the most symmetrical, flawless dick you've ever seen in your life, and you're like, huh, it is. What color is the moth? Well, I guess we'd have to figure out what color the Mothman is, because he's just like a shadow in like most like cryptid pictures and depictions and shit. But it's kind of like the Sonic question of what color is Sonic's dick. I'm still going for it's either like the realistic one is that Sonic's dick is cream colored, but I like the idea of it being like blue on the sides and cream in the middle, like his like it's like a weird cartoon penis, which it is. It's a cartoon penis. But yeah. I have fried rice. It's beef fried rice that I heated up. It's a leftover, and then I heated up chicken also, so I put it in here. So it is a twice. It was fried twice, I suppose. So it's twice fried rice with chicken and beef. And you know me, I'm usually like, I've got food here, but I'm gonna ignore it because I'm talking to the chat and shit. Ugh. More content after bombing us with 4 episodes of Pink Blue, a movie review, and another short in like 2 days. Yeah, I am going to destroy you with content because I love you. His dick is lawful good. Yes, that is good. Now I'm wondering what an asymmetrical moth dick would look like. Well, just I feel you could imagine it, but if you feel like you if you need some help, you can go to Google, and in one tab you can search for an asymmetrical penis, and in the other you can look moth dick, and then just smash them together in any way you want. Chicken and beef is not a bad combo, but odd all the same. Yeah, I like meat is good. Meat is a good thing. Unless you don't like meat, and then it's a bad thing. I'm just used to eating meat so much because of my fainting condition that like doctors can't figure out what's wrong with me, so I've just had to figure out these weird arbitrary god words. I woke up like an hour ago. Arbitrary fucking rules and regulations that sometimes my condition was just like, because I've been to like so many doctors and they've all just been like, oh, you have what is the vasovagal syncope, which is just the general word for you faint. That's it. They don't know, and then they'll just like slap me with a bill and send me out the door, and I'm like, cool, I've learned nothing. And it's fun because I was embarrassed about it for years, so I just wouldn't tell people that I had a fainting condition. So I like, you know, I would pass out in places and people wouldn't know what to do. And I feel bad about that, but also I try not to like tell people because I'm like, so like I passed out in college once and they called an ambulance for me and I woke up as the ambulance was getting there and I was like, no, I don't want this. I know that I faint. They're just gonna tell me that I faint. And they did. What was I saying? Oh, but the fainting condition, usually if I have meat in me, it's better. You know, like chicken became a staple for me for that reason. I'm gonna try to make my chewing as soft as possible. But I know you fucks don't care. You're so nice. Every time I try to eat, I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I'm gonna chew. It's gonna be real quiet. I'll lean away from the mic, and you're like, Jesse, we don't care. It's good. Some of you want me to eat. Some of you want me to do a mukbang. I don't see the point in mukbangs, but I saw like Smosh did one once, and you know, that was fun because they're like, it was they have a fun personality. Did you know Smosh is like all right now? Like I didn't know. I just assumed that it was still Anthony and Ian. And they're not they weren't bad. It's just wasn't really my thing. And nowadays I only found out that Smosh was like all right because I edited Jack's Films, what is it? Kids Pop Quiz 2. So I got footage of all these people. I'm like, who are these people? Is this Smosh? And it was Ian. It was like Ian, Courtney, Damien, and Shane. I think that's their names. But no, they're like actually like, you know, sweet, cool people and are funny. I don't watch their content. I watch the bonus channel where they like it's more focused on their personalities. But personality wise, they're like cool dudes. Like I listened to they did a podcast and they do like things that are more focused on personality, so like games and like shit. And like they're talking about like, you know, like I don't know, they were talking about like gay rights and mental health and stuff and like they seem like decent people. And I was very surprised by that, not just because like YouTubers don't tend to like, you know, it's not what you really associate with them. Not quarantined yet. Still got to work for now at least. Been on Twitch more though with everybody streaming the last few days. Yeah, that's good. I bet people are. Oh hell yeah, Gary the Neutral. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me get an air horn. Thanks for the follows, buds. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's everyone seems to be streaming because we're all trapped in our houses. But yeah, Philadelphia has shut down basically. Oh, okay. It's not a bad dick. Says, nah, I stole it. Like the name, from when Brendan Urie said it about Pete Wentz's dick pics in some dumb vid. I think it's better not knowing any context. Actually, I was gonna be like, what? But sure. You know what? Bros, show each other your dicks. It's 2020. Are you really friends if you haven't seen each other's penises? Still got work, but school's out for 2 weeks. Dope. I'll take it. I'm a soft chew boy. Soft chewing. That's the ASMR you came for, right? This is free ASMR, right? People would normally pay me to softly chew some fried rice into a microphone. Oh, Martin, Little Cremo says, Smosh defended me from Ray William Johnson when he called me the pirate anime guy. That was so funny. Oh my god. That was a thing. That was a thing that actually happened in real life. Yeah, because it was, yeah, Martin was saying, because they were both up for Mashable Web Awards, and then he, like, Ray William Johnson was, like, just tweeting so much about it, and then, it was, like, neck and neck between him and Martin. He just started like insulting Martin. It was so funny because Ray William Johnson is such a piece of shit that like you can't he can't think of a good insult, so it just called him like the pirate anime guy. It was like, yeah, it's down to me and that pirate anime guy. And that's when you know that you've won like the moral battle, even if like you don't win the actual award. You're like, that was a silly thing to say. That was not a good insult. That was because when it comes down to it, there's not much like you can't like Martin. I'm gonna compliment you for a moment. You're one of those people you can't really insult you. Like there's nothing really to make fun of. Like there's nothing, like it's hard to get into an insult match if there's nothing like blatantly bad about a person. Like, and especially him, where he's just like, what a dummy. I think he's like fallen into obscurity, which is fine. I think he sold his channel. Didn't he like sell his channel? Well, I do repeat a lot of jokes. Well, but he wouldn't know that because he didn't. You gotta, if you're gonna insult someone, you gotta deep dive. He didn't do his research. This is really good. I'm chewing. I can't take any credit for it because I did not make the fried rice. But gosh, can I reheat some fried rice? That's talent. I cannot ironically say that I've never heard of Ray William Johnson, but it doesn't sound like I'm missing out, LeMayo. Yeah, you didn't miss a huge cultural landmark of any kind. Living that bachelor life, I am. People are like, man, trapped in my house. I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's my life. My life is just. Life is good right now, buds. I'm just. I've been just. I work from home. I live alone. I just hang out in my boxers all day and work and eat fried rice and then, have hookups every once in a while that come here. I don't leave. I'm just a filthy stay at home cat dad, I guess. You start making me hungry. You can absolutely eat. The fun thing about Twitch is I can just be here. I can just like talk to you while you cook, which I've figured out the appeal of podcasts because I've started pardon me, I was gonna burp. I didn't really see the appeal of podcast before because I was always around people and because I haven't lived alone in a while. and I don't have a commute. But now I'm like, oh, I am alone in my house, and if I'm cooking, I put on like my brother and me, because then it's sometimes you're not in the mood for music, and I didn't realize that because usually I'm in the mood for music, but I've realized it's something that your teachers would always say, like your brain is a muscle, you have to work it out, or it gets uh, deflated. I don't know what the word would be. It gets bad. So you need to like mental exercises and stuff like that. And as a comedian and a writer, I need to like be sharp. Uh, so listening to people be funny helps. You know, it's a stretching exercise. Because sometimes you don't. I don't know how to say it, but basically, if I'm sitting here alone in my room not doing anything, it is a better thing to do something. That makes sense, right? That's a basic thing that I've said that people should know, but maybe we don't think about it all the time. Oh, you watch Team 4 Star? That's cool. I know them. I'm kind of involved. No, it's cool because like I've I talked about this in my video a little bit when I announced it, but I've been part of Team 4 Star for the past like 4 years, I believe, which is funny because it's 4 stars. But I haven't really felt like part of the team, just because I haven't been down there. And now that I'm doing it, I'm moving. Uh, as long as the coronavirus doesn't kill us all, um, it'll be cool because I love I love my buds, and it'll be a cool environment to be down there. You know, right now I've been so creatively charged because I'm able to. I can't leave my house, so I've just been writing nonstop for 3 or 4 days, and that's good because I need to finish the first season of my show before I can get bottom surgery. But like looking into it, it is a thing that could happen if I wanted to. Like because I've been on T for more than a year, I'm checking all the boxes. So, but it's fine. Last stream I talked so much about my penis, so we don't have to go into that if you don't want. But basically, the character that I'm playing in season one is pre-op, and I technically could rewrite everything, but I like the idea more of him being not having fallow the first season, and then he gets it between seasons 1 and 2, and then we can do things with that. We can play around with that, but because fallow takes a bit of your arm skin, I wouldn't be able to just hide that unless I'm just blatantly wearing long sleeve shirts for most of the show, but I don't think that would make sense story wise. And also he is there's a bunch of scenes where he's not wearing a shirt, so I that wouldn't work. I just need to get it done, and then I can focus on, something that would make me truly happy. Has it been 4 years yet? Yeah, it's crazy. I had to think about it, and I was like, shit, I guess it has. I think it's been 4 years. I'm 27. That's crazy. Crazy dope. Honestly, nothing in my life has changed due to current events. Yeah, we're both just filthy casuals staying at home. Hmm. Yes, I am moving to Texas in August, which is crazy. Yeah, I haven't. Uh, Someone said, "Wait, you're eligible for bottom surgery? Nice." Yeah, I haven't checked with a surgeon or anything yet. I haven't had a consultation, but I have one. Every once in a while, I check to see how the technology is and how the results are, because things change every couple of years, and things keep getting better and better. Uh, And so I checked the other day, I think like a week or so ago, and then that kind of leads you down a hole of other things. I checked out this surgeon that's in Austin, I think. It's 3 hours away from Dallas, coincidentally. And you want that because like you can go to other places for your surgery, but like you can't move for a bit afterwards, and you might need a checkup like a week afterwards just to make sure that nothing's infected and all that. Um, so it would be better if I have some place close to where I am currently living. But the results this guy has are like fucking incredible. Like, uh, there's this thing called Transbucket where it's a website for trans people to like share picture results and stuff, and that's a big source for like, hey, this was my surgeon, this was my experience, and uh, the two results from him were like really good. He's been doing surgeries for like 11 or 12 years, uh, and that got me thinking like, okay, what are the requirements? What are doing this, this, and this? And I did research from that. They want your dick to be as big as possible before surgery, you know. So you they usually the minimum is a year on T because like you know growing your dick takes time, and they want to make sure that it is at its full capacity before uh it's basically embedded inside the bigger dick. We were talking about it last stream, and we've dubbed it the your dick and your party dick. So my dick would be embedded in the party dick, which is where they take the amount of skin from you and they make the phallus. Uh, so they want that to be as big as possible so that you're able to like have the biggest dick possible, you know? Because what if it grows while it's like in there? I don't know how that works, but yeah, I've been on T for more than a year, and the only thing that would be a factor is just uh, money, you know. So that also gives me a good amount of time, you know, because I'm very uncomfortable accepting money from people unless I really, really need it for something and I can't do it on my own. So that's why I was able to do the top surgery fundraiser. But I want enough time to pass before I do this other fundraiser because it's great because this will be the last surgery that I will need like ever for trans purposes. Uh, but I just want enough time to pass so that it's not just like, hey, here's a surgery, here's another one. Please give me your money. So that will it gives me an excuse. I can work on my show for a bit, get season one shot, and then I can start worrying about that. And I'm hoping if I can just like fund season one on my own, then that will because I don't want to do a fundraiser for my show and then do one for my dick. I want to be able to fund the show by myself, if possible. And really, the show I don't want to like make a profit from. I just want to be able to pay my actors for their time and be able to get props and set. Uh, and I have enough confidence that like this is my passion project that like I've started writing so much shit and then stopped because I was like, this isn't it. Like, you know, I need to start focusing on other things. I'm not passionate about it anymore. But this is the thing where I'm like, I need this to I need to make this. Uh, so I have a lot of confidence in it. I just need to finish writing it. Um, so if I just put it out in the world, I am confident that it will get enough of a following that we can fund a season two when that happens later down the line. But if I could just do it on my own first, because that's really what I value in a crowdfunding thing. Is I just if it's one thing for me to be like, hello, I want to make a show. Can you give me money for the show? And if people are like, I mean, you know, I can, but I don't know if you're any good. You know, if people don't know my work and they don't know that I've done this before, or like I don't know anything about this person, you know, they're less likely to funded. But if I can show them episodes, if I can give them something, like put something in front of their faces, then they can be like, oh, okay, I like this. Now I would like to contribute to this because I know that he's capable of doing this thing. Uh, and I understand that because I think the same way. You know, 'cause there's crowdfunding can go so many ways. You know, but yeah, if I can just, my goal right now is to pay out of pocket for the first season of my show, and it's going to be a chunk of change. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it on my own. I might need to ask for a little help or partner with someone. Um, it depends, you know, because I have I bumped the mic. I have connections at different studios that might be willing to produce it, but it has to be the right one, you know? Like I have connections at Comedy Central, but I feel like they wouldn't give me enough creative control. And with a show like this where it's very queer centric and like there's a trans dude main character, uh, I want to be able to be in control of this project. You know, maybe I'll pitch it to Team Four Star, you know, since I'm a member there. Maybe I'll pitch it to like Rooster Teeth if I get connections there down the line. Basically, just places that if I could just get a little help producing it, money wise, then that would be good. But if not, we'll just see what happens. But my goal is ideally I'd like to produce it on my own, just pay out of pocket for whatever needs to be done. Sorry, writing has to happen first. Finish writing it, shoot it, bottom surgery fundraiser, bottom surgery, uh, and then while that's doing that, and while I'm recovering from that, because that's going to be, it's going to take time because bottom surgery, phalloplasty at least, is 2 to 3 surgeries. So I'm going to be in and out of the hospital for a bit, but that'll give me time to finish writing season 2, which I've already started working on. I find it helpful to work on multiple seasons at a time so you don't get stagnant and get writer's block. And then season 2, we can start talking about things. But that's the goal. That's my goal as of right now. And then keep making YouTube videos in the middle of sandwiching all that shit. That's my 10-year plan. I mean, that's honestly why I started working on it so much, is because I've realized I feel super young, but I'm approaching 30. I'm 27, so I need to start on my shit. I'm gonna look legal 18 for a while. Legal 18 is like the term where older people can play younger kids, you know, teenagers. I get what's the sides for teenage characters all the time, like high school, because I look that age. And my character that I'd be playing in the show is 17. He turns 18 during the show. So I'm not concerned about looks wise. I'm just concerned about time. Do I want to be playing a teenager when I'm well into my 30s or 40s, or you know? And plus, once you get bottom surgery, or at least once you get fallow, I'm talking about fallow, not metoideo. Fallow, it takes time for you to regain feeling and stuff like that. So if I get it now, a year, 2 years down the line, you know, the more the things are good, the better you'll. It really depends from dick to dick, from dude to dude, but you know, you can watch videos of people being like, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of feeling the first year. At the end of the first year, you could like, I touch my other dick, like you touch the base of it. So like, okay, this is a penis. This is the phallus that they make from phalloplasty. And then your dick is embedded probably around here, and then this is the head. So a lot of dudes like jerking off around the first year, they just grab here and it's rubbing on your dick inside of that dick, and they're able to orgasm from that. But after a year or two, a lot of dudes report that like, oh, I can just orgasm from just rubbing the dick, you know. which is great, but that takes time. Right now, I'm coming up on my 1 year since top surgery, and there's still a lot of my chest that I can't feel all the way. I can feel a lot of it, but like it takes time for cells and stuff to regrow and connect and be able to connect to your brain and be like, oh, I should be able to feel this thing, you know. Oh, sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. I'm gonna read through it. Honestly, money and the immense amount of effort it would take are the chief reasons I'm not going to transition. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm very fortunate that I'm able to that I have an audience and I'm able to fund my shit. But um, ideally, in the future, like that's what I want. I want to blow up and uh, be able to start a trans charity where I fund people's surgeries. But I need to grind for that. If I can just get more known, if I can like get my show out there and help people and cause awareness, then I can therefore help more people in the future. Because it's a lot. I'm fortunate that I had a partner who was able to take care of me during my top surgery recovery, but for some people it's really hard because they just got to do that shit on their own because they live alone or whatever. And also taking off work. I'm very fortunate that I work in content creation. I'll get Mariana to light another money candle. Hell yeah. Oh, do you have anything we can see? Because I'm very curious about this project. I don't. I am mostly. I don't like to show people things until that I'm working on until it's like I have something solid, and I do have something solid. It doesn't make. I don't know. We haven't shot anything. We haven't shot any promos or anything. None of it's cast basically. Because it just switched locations. Actually, it was going to shoot in Philadelphia, but because I'm moving now, I have to consider all of my actors differently. Because now I have to figure out, oh shit, who's in Dallas? Because we're going to be shooting around Dallas probably. Because of that, I had to switch the location of my of everything and rewrite some stuff based on that. But it's honestly a good thing because Texas is a better location for the story that I want to tell anyway. So it just by coincidence. Yeah, grab my napkin real quick. My nose was running. Just knowing that you could have a foot in the door at Comedy Central if you wanted is cool as hell. Yeah, yeah. I've auditioned. I use the word audition because I'm so used to it. I interviewed at Comedy Central twice for a video editing position, but now I've moved, so that's not a thing. But it would have been nice. They like me. They keep calling me back in, but right now it's not really. I was going to say they don't produce anything I like, but they did produce Broad City, which is dope of them, and they seem to have let them have a lot of control creatively, which is cool. Which gives me hope in the future that maybe they will want this. Gio Bedola, thank you for the follow. Oh, this is I've scrolled up in the chat to the point where we were talking about me looking legal 18, and I was like, I'm gonna go old. And Martin had said old man Jesse, and then Takeroshi Oh, Taki Roche had said you look like a twink. So there's the duality of man. Because it's so funny because like I transitioning and everything, I never considered what I look like because I don't even know what's happening most of the time. I don't know how I exist in my body. And then on Twitter a bit ago, people kept calling me a twink or saying like you look like a twunk, and I hadn't even considered that. You know, because I'm used to just existing as a blob, like not knowing what my physical form looks like. But but yeah, it's cool seeing my new, what's the word, casting type. I get, because my voice has dropped now, so I get a lot of auditions for kind of like Beast Boy kind of characters. You know, the young hero friend type, which is cool. It was like a mystery. It was like a one of the white airheads. I'm constantly amazed by how many content creators that I grew up with are younger than me. Yeah, it's oh, I believe the term for the phalloplasty is called a pack. Might be wrong. Oh, I've never heard that before. I've done a lot of research on it, and I've never heard that. But maybe. So you think you just sex fest before fallow, just get it out of your system as much as possible while you can before recovery? Honestly, yeah. I'm just gonna jerk it, like, because it's a scary thing because there are risks, you know. And I'm sure how I handled things like that is, I'll just be in denial of it until like the night before. So it's probably gonna end up like you're guessing, um, where I'm like everything's fine, everything's gonna be fine, and then the first night before that I'm like I could lose my dick. I should have all the sex that I can right now. But honestly, I have not been having sex as much lately. I've just been like jerking off a lot because being trans, I won't speak for everyone, but being trans and having sex sucks. No one knows how to treat your junk. I had a last hurrah grinder hookup last night before the corona takes us, and he came over last night and was great. But even then, still, a blowjob is, someone needs to know what they're doing, because the mistake that a lot of people make when sucking off a trans dude is they try to treat the junk like any junk, and it just doesn't function like that anymore. Like, my dick is there. You can't just go to other places around that area and think it's going to feel good just because you've seen it in porn. You know, like, that's my dick. You have to suck the dick. That's it. Like, there's no, the other stuff just doesn't function. There's no, it's not a good feeling when you touch the other areas. You know. Some trans dudes can still retain good feeling from the any junk and stuff, and they still do like penetration. But for the most part, when you start taking T, if you're on a certain level of T, the any junk stops functioning. You know, which makes sense. Like, it doesn't get moisture anymore. It doesn't, you know, which is why I need to get like a hysterectomy and stuff and just make that go away because it's not doing anything. All it's doing is causing dysphoria and allowing me to pee. So if I just get that hooked up to my dick, then that'd be great, you know. The duality of whack. I'm just catching up with the chat. Oh, okay. Jesse, I had an Urban Dictionary. In my opinion, you're not old until Urban Dictionary is a regular site. Yeah, I know I'm hip with the lingo. Have a good night, Star Singer. I say, it takes me a bit to read people's names. So I say people's names weird because I'm like in the middle of reading the name and then I figure out what the name is. And I go up with my voice. God, I just want to get followed so bad, Jesus. It's really cool though. That like that's the step, you know. I'm very fortunate because because in the future I was like, this is a surgery I can get far off in the future. But now it's more of a reality, that's really cool. Because I was also hesitant because the longer you wait, the better results you get. And I talked about this last stream, but I was very tempted to get metoidioplasty instead of fallow, just because there's less risk. But I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy with metoidio, and some people are, and that's great. But um, every trans person is different. Every level of dysphoria is different. Some trans people don't even get dysphoria, so it's all a personal choice. And fallow is the one that I would need, So even though it is scarier and more expensive, I need to just go for what I want, because otherwise, what's going to happen is that I get metoidio and then I'm not happy, and then I have to spend the money on fallow anyway, So yeah, let me think. I'm trying to figure out how to answer the question because I'm not a medical professional, so I'm trying to like think of what I should say. I guess. Well, basically, for the archive, because you can't see the chat, Taki Roche is just trying to be like, wait, well, let me just read it. I've got to admit, for some reason. Oh wait, is that a typo? Am I a typo? What is happening? For some reason. Okay, I've got to admit, I for some reason have the impression that a trans dick is sort of a clitoris metamorphosed. Is that the word? Metamorphosis by Hilary Duff. Due to T, and it should be treated a bit as such. Correct me if I'm way off the mark. Is that? Are you talking about surgery? Or are you talking about sucking it off? Because I can talk about both. Medically wise, like it's a dick. Oh, okay, a bit of sucking off. Cool, okay. Because medical wise, it is, it's called a dick. It is a dick. It's just, because that's where the dick grows when you're like a baby. We start off female, biologically, and then like the clit turns into a dick if you're meant to be born a cis dude. But yeah, it functions the same as a dick. It gets hard, it gets soft, it twitches when you orgasm, stuff like that. God, I lost my train of thought. Let me focus on what you were asking. So let me reread that with that intent. So if you're talking about making it feel good, oh, I see. Um, every trans dude is different. But if you do treat a T dick like a clit, it doesn't feel good. Because a clit, you want to like, you've seen porn. Like, you want to like be light with it in some places. You want to do this. Like, it's a bunch of different things that you can do to make any junk and the whole bit of the clit feel good, where you're stimulating different parts of it. But that doesn't feel good on a T dick. It just like I just like sucking it just feels good. That's what you should do, you know. But it can also just I don't want to speak for all trans people because yeah, maybe that could feel good, treating it like a clit, but it doesn't feel good to me and the other trans dudes that I've talked to. Does that make sense? Because the issue that a lot of people have when giving a trans dude on T a blowjob is that they do treat it like any junk, where they're like they treat the dick like a clit, and then it doesn't feel good. But I feel like I'm repeating myself. Does that answer your question? Yeah, I don't know what a simp is. I've heard the word thrown around recently. So treat it like a dick. Yeah, exactly. It might not look like a cisgender penis, but it's it's and you also have to consider that too because the example I'm thinking of is like it may be stupid and may not make sense because I just woke up a couple hours ago, but I'm picturing like yeah, if a cisgender dick is like a sandwich and it has all these parts and it's long and it's bigger so you can see what's what. A T dick is like one of those little sandwiches that you make for hamsters where things are there but it's like smaller and you can't like see those. I like those videos. They make the tiny sandwiches and the tiny burritos. Um but I guess like the main difference between pleasuring a cisgender penis versus a trans penis is that cisgender penis has all these parts that are very visible. It's got balls, it's got this, it's got head, it's got like there's it's something that you see in porn. You know what this is. Like uh whereas a trans dick it's basically just all one unit. Uh even though it's how do I describe it? There's no there is there's technically a head on a T dick, but because we've been out of the body for so long, it doesn't have time to like properly develop. So it doesn't look like a cisgender penis. So you can't. There's like you can't just be like, oh, uh, I've been with cisgender penises, and they like the head licked, for example. Like let's just like name a random part. I like this dense of this. You can't really do that to a T dick because it's all one unit. There's no real head. It's all just a big ball of feeling. Like it all just feels so much. But it's also smaller and more sensitive. So you have to consider that too. So if you can be rough, for example, with a cisgender dick if they are into that, like you can just fucking like do it. But like with a trans dick, it is smaller, and if you treat it rough, it might hurt. You know, because it's just smaller in size, and most of the feeling is there. So it's an art. I've never sucked a T dick, so I think that's just something that you need to have done before. The only times where it's well, yeah, I think the only person that has sucked a T dick before that I've been with was the person that I was with last night, and he knew what he was doing, which was dope. Because I was going to say like it's just a thing that comes with experience, but I've had two very good experiences where they hadn't been with one before. And I've only been with one person who has done that before. So I guess it's not with experience. Sometimes it's just like you got it or you don't. I'm learning a lot. Good, I'm glad. This is the education. This is your school. If you're out of school right now, um, I'm your weird sex ed teacher. Hmm. Simp is a word made up by misogynistic kids, assuming that guys being decent towards women means they only do so because they want to fuck them. Oh, I see. Is simp short for simple? That would make sense. I wasn't in school anyway. Cool. All right. Well then, you're just getting a free class. I'm going to check Twitter because I told people give me shit to talk about in case we run out of things. Oh, and no one responded, so we don't have anything. It's fine. I finished Broad City, which is great. It's one of those things that I delayed because I didn't want to be sad that a show that I liked is over. I did that with Gravity Falls also. But then I watched it all from start to finish once I had top surgery because I just had nothing else to do. You know, I was like, you gotta, it's now or never. Just do it. Oh yeah. Oh, supposedly it's shortened from simpleton. That makes sense. Yeah. So on the off chance I get together with a trans dude, I'm gonna try to facilitate communication to help him feel good. That's great. Yeah. No, honestly, it's like I said in that Pink Blue episode. It's trans people are all different, so like something might feel good to him that might not feel good to me. But the best thing is just communication. It's just be like, hey, I've never done this before, and I want to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe. So just communicate. Communication is good. I've been off Twitter a lot because it's all the same quarantine and people losing their minds. Yeah, it's still that. You're not missing much, which is why streams are necessary to help people not lose their fucking minds. Hey, Waibaka, thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah. What is it? Streamlabs or Twitch? Someone sent me an email letting me know I could update something on here. What is it? Let me see. Where is it? I got an email about like emotes or something. Where is it? Emote rewards. And I tried looking it up and or checking it out. And I don't know. Is that just how many bits someone has given to my specific stream? Or stream account? I don't know. Yeah, have a good night, Takarosh. Finally, I fought one. Caught one? Yes. You get to fight the stream now. I have also learned a lot. So, in exchange, do you know how chickens breed? The males have a cloaca Right, yeah. Which, in a nutshell, is an asshole that nuts to commence the dirty deed. They just violently rub their butts together. Really? That is hot. And now we've exchanged. So you've been educated, and now I'm horny. Why don't that's so the males? I've heard of the cloaca. I I know that the cloaca was like two things. Yeah. How different would sex be if we just rubbed our butts together? My sleep schedule. I cannot tell you how fucked up my sleep schedule is right now. Like, I am consistently falling asleep at 11 a.m. in the morning. Like, a.m. morning time when people are supposed to be up. I will be asleep, and then I wake up at like 6 p.m. consistently every day. But now is the time to do it because no one gives a shit and everyone's in quarantine. People keep sending me the people on Facebook keep sending me the sea meme, sea meat meme. I think it's making its rounds again. It was a bit ago that it went viral. But it's funny because I can't make a joke about it because I don't know what would be a good joke that wouldn't be offensive. But the fact that we're going through a viral thing right now and my tweet is also going viral again. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Making its rounds again, I guess. Rounds, not things. Autocorrect. I said making, not messing. It was a bit ago that went viral, but it's making it rounds again, I guess. Because people who've never contacted me, or we met at a concert once, or we met at a convention once. It's they'll message me this fucking sea meat shit. Hey, you haven't missed much. Stream's been going for like an hour, realistically, because it's been an hour and 10 minutes, but like, hold music was a thing for a bit. Yeah, everyone's just real. Everyone's quarantined. Everyone is just talking about that, huh? Which makes sense. It's a big thing. It's a difference thing. You could say that. Oh, damn. My friends who work in the industry are like sharing videos and pictures of stuff of the studios all empty. Like my friend works at Cartoon Network, and they just showed like the whole empty space, like no one's in offices or anything. That is crazy. Oh, cloaca. We're learning a lot about body parts in this stream. We're learning about cloacas and dicks and the cloaca has a retractable penis. They dock holes and connect. Holy shit! Chickens are scary. That's something where you hear about it, you can't really unsee it. Have we talked about duck penises yet? No, but I'm pretty. Are they barbed? It's a safe bet to assume if an animal has a dick, it's probably barbed, which is horrifying. Boop. Ducks are leagues worse than chickens. Yeah, who has the most frightening penis? I, because we've got different kinds of dicks. We've got the echidna. We've got multiple heads, but a barbed dick I feel is the worst. Oh shit! I forgot to empty the cup. Hold on. Jar. Boop. There we go. All gone. I've made nothing. Oh shit! Wait. When someone follows, it usually gives a little thing there. It's fine. Now it's empty. Now we'll start anew, just like the coronavirus is going to wipe out humanity, and we have to start again. Snakes have forked penises, like their tongue. What the fuck? Oh no, Elite 3 broke up a while ago, bud. That was like a whole thing 2 years ago. Ooh, you know what's funny? That was an accident. Is that do you guys know MeUndies? I had a have I talked about them in a I don't think I have. I don't think I've talked about MeUndies in a video. I had an idea for a this is a sidebar off of what I was just talking about. But I had a oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. Nope. Come back. I haven't had any sugar today. I think that's the problem because I woke up 2 hours ago, didn't have any sugar. Oh god, what was happening? Let's see. Um, MeUndies. I was talking about MeUndies. I'll go back to what I was originally talking about, and then if I think of the sidebar again, which I'm sure I will. But oh, quarantine. Okay, thought of it. All right. Because we're all quarantined, I had an idea for a set of videos where it's just gonna be quarantine videos where we're just working with what we have to make videos. Uh, because we can't leave the house. And one of them was gonna be me reviewing MeUndies products because I have a couple. Underwear, I have the shorts, and I got some socks. And I went to review those just because work with what you got, and I might still do that. But yeah, let's see. Um, Today, the accident thing that happened was that I got there was a sale on the pants, the loungy pants, and I had gotten a pair for Christmas. Yes, it was a Christmas present a year ago. And they were dope, but they didn't know what color to get me, so they got me black. Aiden Cal, is it Cal or Kai? Cal, and Cal. Thank you for the follow. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, so I got a pair that I'm wearing right now. That's the donut print because I fucking love the donut print, and it's not gonna be around forever. So I wanted to get one while I can. But I already own the undies of that, and I was wearing them today, and was like, oh, I should wear my new pants. So I'm wearing purple donut boxers right now, and I put on the purple donut pants on top of them. So it looks absolutely ridiculous if I have to like take a piss or something. Because it's just the same pattern, just twice. I'm just wearing the same pattern twice. Oh. Yeah, ducks I remember being very scary. Like, I think that does make sense. Because a lot of animals do ducks have barbed penises also? Yes, no, you're right. You're talking about corkscrews. Yes. That's what was so scary, I remember. Oh, but that's cool though. That ducks' reproductive systems have evolved specifically for sexual assault. That's cool. So they don't get pregnant if it's like forced. That's cool. Why can't all all animals, all mammals be like that? Damn, that is nature is scary, but also sometimes okay. Yeah, because I remember something was weird about ducks specifically, because cats have barbed penises, and then like the ducks, I remember something where I was like, that's not a shape a dick should be. Corkscrew. That's the shape. That's the shape that a penis should not be. Unless you're into that, I won't shame. But also, uh, God, what was I? No, I already. Okay, I was trying to remember if I had like recovered the train of thought that I had forgotten before, but I did. Sea slugs. Sea slugs. Sea slugs are hermaphroditic and do penis jousting. Whichever gets stabbed is inseminated and becomes female. Wow. Nature. Go off, nature. Nature's fucking. Nature is. Nature is nature. Nature is horny. Nature is scary. And I remember pigs also. There's something with pigs' dicks. Just they come in all shapes and sizes. Oh, cool. I got a bunch of emails, but it's just people following me, which is dope. I get an email every time someone follows me. So if you are, I'm the kind of person where because I am known in things, I don't like to draw attention when I follow someone. So I will wait until they're offline before I follow someone. And if you're one of those people where you're like, oh, I don't want attention, or maybe you just followed when I wasn't streaming for just because, I always know because I get an email about it. So in case you were wondering about that. Octopi will rip off their penis and throw it at a female. And who said romance was dead? Get you a real one. Yeah, I was trying to think of like if I should do a video today because it's St. Patrick's Day and everyone's quarantined. That's just ripe for content, but no, I can't think of anything that I could do that someone else hasn't already done, you know? The good thing about it is just seeing everyone's animals. Because everyone is trapped inside with their animals and they're all very happy. Because they don't know what's fucking going on. Just like us, the filthy casuals that are just inside. They're just like, oh, my buddies are home. I need to get my hair cut. Because everything has shut down, you know, my barber contacted me and was like, "Hey, we're shut down. When do you want to reschedule?" And I was supposed to get a haircut on today's Tuesday. I was supposed to get one tomorrow, but now I'm waiting, so I'm gonna be shaggy for a bit. We'll see. We'll see when I go crazy. Maybe it's an if. I'm expecting when. When I go crazy and just shave the sides, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, and just fuck up my hair again. I can't see your subscribers. Do you stream often? I used to. Well, here's the thing. I'd rather be working on projects where I can like provide things to my Patreon subscribers and stuff. Unless I'm, getting bits consistently from Twitch, you know, like, cause I enjoy doing Twitch streams, but it's more of a fun hobby than um, a way to support myself, you know. And I wasn't getting bits for a long time uh, since I started streaming again, so I had to cut down on streams. So I think realistically, I will stream once every 2 or 3 weeks now. It used to be more consistent. I used to stream twice a week, but um, but yeah, if bit donations increase, I will be able to stream more. But if not, I'm gonna be working on YouTube videos and Patreon stuff. So that's the situation right now. And also, I think subscribers, um, you might be there's subscribers on Twitch, but there's also followers on Twitch, which are different things. Um, I don't I don't know if y'all can see subscribers, but follower counts I don't know where you see either, actually. But if you Google it, you probably can. Um, Let me see. Would you actually mind? I have to run to the bathroom real quick. Would y'all mind if I just put this on mute and just played some music for you while I run out for a few minutes? And I don't care if you say yes, but you're gonna say it's fine. Uh, I will. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna mute the mic, and I'm going to play some music for y'all. I'll be back in just like a few minutes, probably, because I should also get some sugar or something. So I'll be right back. I'll leave this here so y'all can like see, in case new people come in and are like, "What is this empty screen?" Let them know I will be RB. Oh, you know what? That reminded me that it's a good thing I did that. I what's the word? Copyright. I have a copyright thingy in my last stream because I also went to the bathroom during that stream and I played music for you in that. So I need to make a note before I put the archive up. Let's see. Cut out middle music in last 2 streams. Uh-huh. Oh, and I should make I think I can put it up on Stream Deck. Since yeah, I have space. I'm going to make a be right back, went to the bathroom. What's the word? Scene that I can just put here. Yeah, cool. Okay. Got some homework to do. I got some sugar to wake me up. These are like I don't even know how to describe them. They just are what they are. These are teeny tiny bunnies that you can get from I got them at CVS. But they are Russell Stover Ita Bita bunnies. I don't think copyright matters unless you're gonna upload to YouTube. But that's what I'm doing is I upload the archives to YouTube. So it does. Because when they're on Twitch, they disappear after a week or so. I forget the exact amount of time. That is good. I like it. Do you want to go on this adventure with me? This is a cinnamon sugar churro egg. I don't know either. Let's give it a go. Oh, I was not expecting it to be this color. Is that accurate? It's like orange, cream colored. Well, that's not bad. That is honestly, it's what it's advertised as. This tastes like a churro. Well, shit. Tastes like horchata. Hey, Dr. Thallium, what up? I'm just consuming sugar to wake me up inside. I'm always surprised by like, hold on. Well, it's gone now. I don't know if that was an ant or a flying insect of some kind. But it's always a good sign when you see an insect and then it crawls into something that you cannot access because you're like, well, they're just in my room now, I guess. It crawled into the back of the monitor. But does anyone have any questions or anything? Because y'all get first dibs because no one responded to the tweet. I'm just seeing everyone slowly go insane. A lot of pet pictures. A lot of pet pictures going around. A lot of weird shit. My sleep schedule is fucking with me so much. Like, I love it because I don't need shit. I don't need to wake up. We're in quarantine, you know? But oh, I'm sorry about that, Thalian. Yeah, I feel like I have like 8 or 9 friends who have lost their job in the last couple days. Just because, uh, you know, if no one's out, then why should they be paying a certain amount of people to like be doing shit, restaurant work and stuff? But hopefully people will get hired back after all this shit. And if not, we riot. Hey, Waibaka, thank you for the sub. Let me find a. Let me. Hold on. Wah, wah. Let's do it.
Wrong. You got hella cash.
Do I want to do karate in the garage? Is that a reference to something, or is that an actual question? Because I would love to do karate in the garage. I have a creepy basement in my apartment that's I could do karate in if I knew. But also, I don't want to leave my house. Like, I don't want to leave my apartment, even though it's in the basement. Oh no. I'm sorry your shower is fucking up. That sucks. My my old apartment in or house rather in Connecticut when I used to live with my folks, our basement kept flooding, and that was a thing for a while. It was fucking gross because the litter box is down there. Is very conservative in Philadelphia because just a state below, I can confirm it's the pits of hell down here in this boring ass state. Luckily, I live in West Philly, so it's super queer here, but I don't know about the other parts of Philly. West Philly specifically is very queer. which is why I it's tough because I don't like the people in Philly, but I like the place Philly. Does that make sense? I like the vibe. I like that it's queer, but the people suck. Which is why I'm fine moving to Texas, just because of that. You know, I had a lot to think about, and because I love the city so much, it was a really difficult decision to make. Jasmine69, thank you so much for the follow. Bow, bow. I God, what was I saying? Oh, I went down to Texas for a convention, and when they offered me the job, the in-house position originally, I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I love Philly. But then I thought about it and was like, why do I like Philly? You know, I had to think about the reasons. Ugh, pardon me. And it really is just that I like Philly as a place rather than like the people I'm surrounded with, you know? And I went to Texas and everyone is like super dope down there. So even though the location is a little scarier, I'd rather live there, where I feel like I am respected. I guess if that makes sense. I don't feel at home here, but people can be your home, like I was talking about in the video. But was I saying anything else about Texas? Oh, Dallas is queer-ish. I've heard. I mean, Kaiser lives there, you know, with his husband. So. Oh. Hold on one second. Okay. The mod. The mod caught that uh that message because it says fucking Apache in it. And so the mod was like, "Hey, don't worry. We caught this because it's like, you know, it's they're being a dick about identity." And I was like, "Oh no, that's just they're just talking about an Apache helicopter." It's um let me see. What was I talking about? Dallas. Yeah, I've heard, you know, because like Kaiser lives in Dallas with his husband, and he's never experienced anything like homophobic down there. So hopefully things will be okay. But it's also take it with a grain of salt because I'm trans. Don't know how things are down there for that. But what I've heard is if you're closer to the cities, that's like where it's fine. Well, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Luckily, I think the TFS folks were like, "We will help you move," so that's cool. Not sure how many of them, you know. I don't know if it's gonna be all of Team Four Star, but a bunch of them were like, "Yeah, I'll help you move when you get here." Damn, boomer family. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Dropkick Murphys. They're doing a concert stream, right? That's dope. I do not know of them, but I know of them, if that makes sense. I've heard of them. Hey Jesse, do you have food in stock? I do, which is good. I ordered a grocery delivery. And usually, you know, I had done a grocery delivery a week or two ago just because I needed something in stock. They have these steam fresh bags of pasta and vegetables that I like. And so it's not that I couldn't physically go to the store to get them, it's just my store didn't have them. So I had to order a grocery delivery of just a shit ton of those bags. And they could deliver to me like the next day. But then this shit happened. So then I was like, oh, I should probably do another grocery delivery just because things are going to be crazy around here. And the next delivery date was days from now, which, Saturday. And I was like, good. It's a good thing that I checked because now I can order it for them. Basically holding my spot. I'm running out of meat somewhat soon, so that was something that I needed to stock up on. Tiny bunnies. They're so small. How did they even get them so small? Bunnies are dope. Like, you ever think about bunnies? Little faces. They got little whiskers. I'm glad you have food. I'm glad also. I have this weird churro egg. It's strangely pleasant. I would drop this in hot cocoa, You want to hear about something funny in my love life? Yes, please. Let's dish. Spill the tea. Shit, dude, you're gonna have to take pics the first time you go to HEB. What is HEB? Is that a Texas thing? Bunnies are nice. Also very quiet. Never make much noise their entire lives. Yeah, I have friends with bunnies, and they're real quiet. I'm so used to cats and dogs, I guess, that I'm like, is this animal on mute? Have you pushed a button? It's my cat, wherever she is. Is she still in the hamper? Hold on. Oh, hi. She I forgot that right before I started the stream, I took a picture because I couldn't find her, and she's asleep in my curled up in my clothing rack, like or bag rather, not rack, clothing bag. She's just like snuggled up inside the bag with all my clothes, and it's very cute. But I think she's trying to get warm, which is weird because it's just a normal temperature in here. Nothing has changed. But I was sleeping and she's like curled up beside me, which it took me a while to get up this morning because she was just snuggled next to me, and now she's like curled up in the clothes. Like, it's fine. It's not a weird temperature, Khaleesi. Oh, good. Yeah, Amazon cracked down because people were buying up supplies from local stores and selling them online for outrageously high prices. Now there's an asshole complaining because he can't sell his $17,000 worth of hand sanitizer. Yup, yeah, I saw that dude. Fuck him. HEB is a grocery store chain that's mainly in Texas. Oh, yep, HEB is a TXX based grocery chain. It's an XXX based grocery chain. It is mature. Oh. So I tried to date this girl I met first year of college 5 years ago, but she had us just be friends. But she had us just be friends. 2 weeks ago, she says to me, so I was talking with Jom, and he was making all these good points about why I should date a friend. So I decided I wanted to date you. Well, this guy got me the girl he wanted to date. Oh, that's funny. Well, it's true. That's what I do nowadays. Um, it might be different for me just because I'm, I don't feel romantic shit anymore. But I prefer to date friends because that's just fun, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was I called him Jom because there was a typo in there before. So now his poor Jim, he's now been he's been named Jom now. But yeah, no, I the whole rigmarole of having to tell your life story over and over again, because I'm dating a lot of people on like uh, Grinder and OkCupid and like Tinder and those kind of things, and I'm finding that I can't remember what I've told each person because I'm having to retell the same shit over and over. Like, oh, what do you do? What are your hobbies? Blah blah blah. And it's just like the same shit over and over, and I've become bored with dating, if that makes sense, because of that. Because I just have to keep doing the same thing over and over. Because I guess in reality, I don't really want to date people. I just want to form a close friendship with people, and then we have sex sometimes. That's like ideal. But you can't really say that because that sounds douchey. Yeah, dating new people sucks. Or rather, meeting new people. Meeting new people is like no one. I don't want to say this because it sounds like I'm bitter or something, but like I don't trust people, I guess, because the last couple interactions I've had with new people is just like I trust them too much, and then they do something bad, and then I'm like, cool, I don't trust you anymore, and that just keeps happening over and over. So it makes you a little desensitized, I guess, and I'm just like, it's not like I'm bitter, where I'm like, I'm not gonna trust anyone again because everyone hurts me, but it's more that just I just see it as something objective, where I'm like, oh well, people can't be trusted, so I'm not gonna trust people. Like it's not emotion based. It's more just like scientific, I guess. It's more just objective of like, oh, this happens if you do this, so I guess I won't do that thing. Yeah. I wish I could date people, but I feel uncomfortable asking women out. I feel like it's creepy. Yeah, unfortunately, it is because we're I don't want to be like we're in our scars, but there's a lot of creepy dudes out there that have done the same things that we have, and they've fucked up things for us. So yeah, it is. I feel creepy asking women out, so I don't usually. Um, but I understand. Yeah, it's cool using like dating sites because they're specifically going there for dates. So it's more of like, hey, we're here for a certain thing. Designated cheek clapper. Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, it's not specifically you, Thallium. It's just like I was saying before, it's a lot of dudes have just like ruined dating for a lot of people. Uh because like I was raised female, I get it. You're instinctively a little uh you're when you have so many bad experiences with a certain type of person, if someone who is of the same kind of person approaches you in a thing, you get scared. and you think it's just gonna happen again. So I get it. I don't blame women at all for that. Yeah, for sure. Just be honest, and that's all you can really do. If you miss, just move on and reload. Exactly. Like, because that's the thing. You can't be like super sad about it if it just doesn't work out, and that's something that I had to work on. Yeah, no, honestly, like I was talking about before, I just sex is it's become a little boring. Jerking off is just funner because you don't have that awkward. A lot of the sexual experiences I have with people are just like them trying to suck my dick, and I'm just trying to make the most of it, but it doesn't feel good, and they don't know what they're doing, and I give them direction, and they still don't take it, and I'm just like trying my best to nut, and it's not. It usually takes 10 or 15 minutes more because of that. Or I could just stay at home and just like do it myself, and it takes maybe 4 minutes. Like, why? Why would I go out and experience that with another person when I can just like do it myself? Girls are used to being pursued and bullshitted. Yeah, give them something else and see what happens. Exactly. Yeah, because everyone else is they have a lot of bad experiences, and you know you can't blame them for that. Because most dudes are garbage, and if you're not garbage, then got to show it. Yeah, yeah. I didn't have my first kiss till I was 20, and my second wasn't until 22. Everyone goes at their own pace. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. My Let me think. I think the first two girls that I have been with, one of them is married with a kid, and the other is married, and I'm here with my cat, which I like. I would never want to get married. Um, but it's also just I used to want to get married. I used to uh, love romantic partners and stuff, but now that I don't feel that anymore because of hormones, my priorities have shifted a lot, and I'm so much happier, which is great. You know, so it's easier for me to say, yeah, just like I feel how do I put this? I feel shitty saying things that are so easy for me that might be harder for other people. Because it's very easy for me to say like, oh, just don't like get a partner, don't get a girlfriend, don't have sex with people. Like, why not? But it's not simple for some people to just get rid of their feelings. I'm fortunate because my feelings were gotten rid of for me. I put a chemical in my body that made them go away. So it's a lot easier for me to just be like, uh, you know, it's easy for me to say marriage is stupid, relationships are bad. Like it's an unintelligent thing to get in a relationship, but that's just me saying that. That's me because it's easy for me because I don't feel that. It's like an asexual person being like, well, just don't have sex. It's fine. Why would you want that? It's so basic to them, but to other people, it's, a little more complicated. I haven't had physical contact with a girl in 6 years. Yeah, it's about to be 6 more years because we have to practice social distancing. I like how social distancing became like a meme almost immediately. You're a witcher. Put stuff in your body that stripped you of emotions and your shirt and your shirt. That is true. I haven't seen The Witcher yet, but if that is what that means, then yes. I am Henry Superman. That's his name. You have a good night, Thallium. Yeah, I am. I'm fortunate that it went away. It gives me more opportunities to like. I don't know. I just like being my own person. Existing on your own is fun. I like who I am, and I am making my way downtown, but not right now. Social distancing. Did you see that Vanessa Carlton? Is that her name? Did she sing that? Let me double check that real quick. Vanessa Carlton. Yeah, 1,000 miles. Okay, she tweeted, "Don't go downtown" or something the other day, which is very funny. Because there's a song. It's a song that made my way downtown. You know the one. Why am I so tired? I hope I'm not like a bummer. I'm hoping I'm not showing my tiredness because I want to wake up. I can't sleep anymore. It doesn't make sense for me to sleep anymore. I hope landlords give us a break on rent because that would be dope. That's cool that there's like cool landlords being like, "Hey, there's an epidemic going on. I understand. if you if you don't have a job right now, you can't pay rent." The show doesn't do as much explaining as the games. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of my friends playing Witcher recently. Is it you, Cucumber? Have you been playing Witcher? Because I remember I see it pop up every once in a while where it's like, this person's playing Witcher or whatever. Hey, Sam. Thanks for the raid. Hello, buds. What's going on? We're chilling. They're trying to wake me up inside. I've already had a weird churro egg. I just keep putting it in my body. Oh, I'm on the autistic spectrum. True. That doesn't mean you don't deserve love, and it doesn't mean you can't find love. That's very true. In fact, season 2 of the show that I'm working on. Oh wait, let me. Autism. I want to double ADD. Oh, okay, ADD is actually what I'm thinking of. Season 2 of the show. It's one of those things where I'm tired right now and I'm mixing up things in my head and I'm like, wait, I don't want to say this if it isn't true. But season 2 of the show that I'm working on, the one of the characters has a oh wait, no, is it? Let me double check this. I don't want to say it if it's not true, and my brain is going crazy right now because I'm so sleep is weird and I'm having trouble connecting words in my brain right now. Oh, I know where to find it. I know where to find it. Hold on. I'm a crazy person, so I have a Google Drive with all of my show info, but I also have notepad files on my computer. Yes. Okay, it is autism. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because there's two different basically what I was going to say. Season 2 of the show that I'm working on has a love interest that has high functioning autism. And in my head, I remember that like one term went away and got absorbed by another the more advanced we got in uh health and stuff like that. And I think it's Asperger's. I think Asperger's is that a thing that isn't a thing anymore. It got absorbed by ADD or autism. It's one of those. I can't remember, but uh, but yeah, I know it was somewhere in my brain, and I was like, I don't want to say that if it's not true, but yeah. Oh, Asperger's is a part of autism. Okay, then that is it. Okay, I wasn't sure what terms got absorbed by others, but I was I have a lot of friends with autism and stuff, and I was inspired to incorporate that in my show because I was also reading an article about what show is it? Everything's Gonna Be Okay. Is that the name of the show? It's very queer centric. It happened recently. All of it's available on Hulu now. So I was reading about it, and the creator was like talking about how he had done research about stuff and wanted to have one of the main characters have autism because a lot of there's a surprising amount of queer people who have autism, and there's no real rhyme or reason why, but we think it's just because uh, people with autism are already made aware that they are different somehow and are open-minded enough to understand that they might be different from the quote-unquote norm, you know. So whereas a neurotypical person might be less understanding that he's gay because society has been like, there's pressures and stuff, and he's like, no, I just want to blend in with society. But someone with autism is usually more can understand and be more accepting of themselves, if that makes sense, and that's the way that he put it. Yeah, that's cool. And so I watched through all of the show because of that, because I was like, that's a really cool thing, and it's good. I would recommend it. Oh, dude, that legit is probably gonna make me cry. I love autistic representation. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I want to make sure it's done right, So I wanted to do as much research as possible. So I'm gonna be consulting with some friends and stuff, and I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about like people who are living with high functioning autism and stuff like that, and I watched the show. Everything's gonna be all right, or everything's gonna be okay. It's one of those. Um, Let me double check that everything's gonna be okay. Cool. I hope it gets a second season because it has a charm to it. Okay. I have Asperger's. It's like a mild case of autism. Includes the sensory overload and different way of thinking. Unfortunately, in parts of Europe, it's considered the same as autism, and it's unfair to both people with Asperger's and those with autism. Yeah, yeah, because like if it's different, you should treat it different. Well, that's interesting then. If it's is it did it get absorbed or Asperger's is a part of autism? Um, obligatory urination is what I was about to say, which is not your name. Obligatory ruination says, according to the DSM, autism hasn't been a thing since 2014. It happens because autism is already so broad, and Asperger's was pretty broad too. So they just made it the same because it is one very large spectrum. Well, it is a complicated issue. I had Asperger's, but I agree it should be part of the wider reaching autistic spectrum disorder. And Andrew has Asperger's too. We're all learning. ASD gang. What up? Yeah, it's dope. It's funny because I originally started to think about uh, the character that is high functioning autistic in my second season. I started thinking about I hadn't considered that he could be autistic. I started because Ryan, the main character of the show that I would be playing, he would bounce off well with a character like Judah from BoJack Horseman, and so I started considering like, oh, what if we had a kind of an office type kind of guy who was kind of like that, and I started writing the character like that, and then I realized as I was writing him that he might, because of character traits that he displays, he might actually be slightly autistic, and so I started looking into, or actually, what's funny is I had that thought. And then coincidentally, I was taking a break from writing and I was just on Facebook scrolling through, and It Gets Better, their Facebook page, had linked the article talking about Everything's Gonna Be Okay and how there was an autistic character in that. And that, like, I was like, oh shit, it's a sign, Oh, hell yeah. Sanosuke D, yay! Thank you for the subby sub. Thank you. Oh, we got an anonymous gifter giving them that tier 1 sub. That's dope. Thanks, bud. I didn't know you could do that anonymously. That's awesome. But yeah, I kind of took that as a sign where I was like, let me do some research into autism and see, because I think that would be great. And the character kind of grew from there. Yeah, and it's interesting because I probably have some form of something, because I've had multiple partners uh tell me, "Hey, I can't diagnose you, but I feel like you might be slightly autistic or something like that just because of certain character traits that I have." I can get um I kind of have a little bit of that sensory overload sometimes, and I have this I'm so tired right now that I want to describe the things correctly, but I might not be able to right now. But I have a thing. I have certain character traits, and I've taken, like, the quiz online is not going to be accurate because you need like a mental health professional to diagnose you with something. But I do have a not a lot, but a decent amount of the check boxes that high functioning autistic people have. So I think I do have a mild form of it. I just haven't been like properly diagnosed, and I don't know if I ever will be properly diagnosed because I haven't been to therapy in a while. I've been doing a lot of group therapy, but my therapist is back in New York, so I am not there right now. Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to all the people that probably have a little bit of something going on. With Asperger's, it's hard, but some people can grow accustomed to the sensory overload. I'm growing my hair out. Used to be unable to stand my hair on my face or around my ears. Been growing a beard for a while now. Still not used to my constant ringing in my ears though. Yeah. Oh, is there there's a constant ringing in your ears? Is that a associated with Asperger's? Because I haven't heard about that. I do sometimes get a ringing in my ears though. I thought that was just a normal people thing. A lot of people have massive anxiety because it's not easy growing up with Asperger's. Siblings, peers, even teachers and parents tend to deal with it wrong or avoid the kids altogether. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Obligatory. I'm I'm very harsh because I was about to just because you talked about your mother disowning you, and I was just about to be like fuck your mom, but like I don't know if that's rude of me to. Oh, fuck her. Cool. Okay, I can say it then. Fuck her. Oh, the ring in your ears is from your brother firing cap guns in your ear when you were like 3. Oh no, that sucks. I have trouble hearing. I just because I played drums for so long without protection. Always use protection before fucking drums. Great minds. I don't need her. No, you don't. You really don't. Something that's I learned. A part of growing up, I feel, is learning that family, if I can be blunt, family doesn't fucking matter. Like it's who genuinely cares about you, and if that is parts of your family that they genuinely care about you for who you are as a person, then that's great. But a lot of families just who you make it, I guess. Chosen family is way more uh, valid, you know, because they actually give a shit about you so much so that they seeked you out in order to be like, hey, this I'm here for you, you know. And that's what I feel like for a lot of the people in Texas, you know, which is why I'm going. Because even though the location is not ideal for me, it is where I feel the most at home just because of the people, you know. I felt very comfortable. Oh, I just got a therapist today actually, and since I'm disabled, I got Medicare and Medicaid, so I get the appointments for free. Hey. But it pisses me off that somebody needs to be disabled to get good health insurance. Yeah, that's a thing we need to fix. Ugh, there's a lot we need to fix with America. Oof. I'm on my first year out of college and I make more money in a year than she ever has, and I have a nicer apartment than anywhere she ever lived. Fun fact, I'm a school teacher. We aren't known for our income. Yeah, no, that's dope. That's awesome. I I have a bunch of friends who are uh, have either been disowned by their parents or are closeted um, from their queerness just because you know the family would disown them and they're still underage or at a point where they can't like break away successfully. But yeah, can idiot parents stop disowning their children for not being neurotypical or straight or cis? Because that'd be great. Because that's not real love if you're just like, oh, I will love my child if they are this and this, but if they are not, then like unless it's like something bad, like yeah, disown your kid if they're a Nazi or something, but like don't disown them for like having ADD or something they cannot control their like sexuality or like that's weird, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, like it's great. It's a double-edged sword. It's yeah, with military having good. I know a lot of people who went into the military right out of high school, you know, because they didn't have another choice, because they couldn't afford college or something, and that sucks that people have to join the military just to exist, to feel like they can exist, you know. Uh, Hopefully that gets fixed. I think with medical things that are hereditary, a lot of parents can blame themselves for giving that to their baby, so it's easier for them to create that emotional distance. Yeah, and that sucks because it's like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I gave my child this thing, I blame myself, so bye. It's silly. I wouldn't last a week in the military. Me neither. Yeah, no, because I'm just too. At least before I was too sickly, you know, because my vision is shit first off, and that just immediately disqualifies you from like Coast Guard stuff. At least if you're flying helicopters and stuff. I only know that because my stepdad's in the Coast Guard, but or was, but other military things, I'm not sure if you can have bad eyesight and be in it. Uh, but my fainting condition and everything, like I can't even like do jury duty because my fainting condition is so bad, and like being in that environment, standing up, sitting down. Um, I early board on planes because I can't wait standing that too long because sometimes they just have you stand, and then I've passed out on the what's it called, the bridge thing where you go from the place to the plane. That's no good. I've gotten a little healthier since going on T though, so that's good. Also, but I don't think I'm still military ready. Oh, cool. Well, if you want to go into the Navy, that's chill. You know, as long as people want that. There are eyesight thresholds, but I think your fading thing is a disqualifier. Yeah, I don't think they want their soldiers passing out. If I could guess, I hear her wrestling around, rustling, not wrestling, rustling around my clothes in the hamper. Jesse, the U.S. Army wishes they had guns like yours. Oh shucks, no. This is just me stretching. This is not me showing off. I realize now that I'm not even flexing, so it's not a it's not like I was like, but I'm like still trying to wake up. It's crazy. Like I'm fully engaged in conversation. I've had sugar. I don't know why my body isn't waking up. It's not time to sleep. I just woke up. It's not. It's not. I shouldn't be tired. Bep. Okay. Blech. You're definitely showing off. Fine, I'm just gonna we'll just do this the rest of the stream. Is this what you want? I apparently flex whenever I eat apples. My friends make fun of me. How is that even How are you eating these apples? Just like, oh here's my I'm gonna eat it like this. I'm glad that I'm the main thing that I want workout wise, like goal wise, is just to work out enough that like without flexing, my muscles are visible somewhat. And I think I've achieved that, you know, because I look in the mirror and it has like a definition, even though I'm not flexing, which I like, you know. I like looking strong because I was not strong for most of my life. You've slept 28 hours straight through before? I would be concerned that you are dead. Yeah, an office job seems like it'd be dope. Cause I could do office stuff, but as you rest your arm on the back of the couch as you eat. Okay. So you're like this and just eating the apple. Oh, so like you stayed up a week straight. That makes sense that you would sleep that long then. I don't think a person should stay up that long. My cat's smothering me. I wish my cat was smothering me. I couldn't do office things would get too political for me. That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do things for because I feel like things are probably hopefully better in the military homophobia wise and stuff, but I still don't expect it to be good. It's probably bad. I did my tee shot yesterday, so my tum tum was a little blown up. Not too bad though. The injection site just gets a little itchy. Yeah. Yeah. Twitch. Muted. Dope. That is accurate. I just want to check and see if it actually is 13 viewers or not, because like it says 13, 14 viewers for me consistently on the Streamlabs, but I don't know if that's accurate, but it is. 13 viewers, why? My pup is using me as a pillow. Aw. You know, all your animals are being cute with you, and meanwhile my cat is just like in the garbage because she's a garbage cat. Hamilton is stuck in my head, and there's no reason why it should be. Oh, actually, it is. Okay. My shot is stuck in my head, and it's because Lin Manuel Miranda did a little concert thingy yesterday, like a live stream of that song. Ooh, pardon me. It's so silly. I don't know why I'm tired. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm mad about it. Wake up. Brush a little makeup. Everyone's playing Animal Crossing, but I am not. I've never played an Animal Crossing game, and I don't own a Switch. Did you hear about today's election results being aired on TV yesterday? No, I didn't. Does that mean like they were aired ahead of time, or my cat just scratched me while getting up? I feel betrayed. Yeah, they do that. Yes, the results were aired before the election even took place. Oh my god. Of course. Of course. It's so crazy because I'm not a conspiracy theory nut or anything, but the way that they've treated Bernie in the elections like the past like I guess 5 years at this point is crazy. Not it's not good. It's like a cartoon. The Onion is real life now. And I think oh yeah, Broad City actually made fun of that. I think it was in like season 4 or 5, but I was watching it yesterday, and Abby's like laughing at a thing on her phone. She's like, "Check out this Onion article," and shows it to Alana, and she's like, "That's the Times or something like that. Like that's an official thing." And then Abby looks at it, and it's like just gives like a sad look, and we don't learn what it says, but it could basically be about anything. Like it's a good joke. The results showed on screen during The Price is Right, so you still got to hear all the Price is Right zaniness over the image of us not having a democracy. That's so funny. Oh no. Oh my god. I tried getting into Animal Crossing for my ex, but it's such a monotonous game. It's like one of those mobile games that progress in actual real world time. Well, everyone just changes the time on their console to skip ahead and keep playing as if that isn't a flaw in the game's design. And there's no reward for playing other than making things look pretty. Making things pretty. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I got. So I'm glad that I was correct in that. Because like it's hard enough to get me to play a game, but especially those where it's just like it's just a time waster, you know? Because you'd think all games are time wasters, but no, like you gain things from it, you learn things from it, but excuse me. Animal Crossing just seems like one of those where it's just like The Sims, you know? The Sims, but with furries. Back in ROTC in high school, I was one of 3 liberals in a 105-person program. Socialism was a curse word back in those days, and Bernie was the devil. God, I cannot stress my hatred of Virginia. Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't envy you. Yeah, people have been recommending Yakuza to me. I think it'd be fun. But I'm also not good at video games, so I don't know, if I would last. Have I ever played Kirby? I've played a Kirby game before. And they're cool, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky with games. There's nothing wrong with Kirby. It's just not something I would pick up again. You ever played Deus Ex game? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon's dope. I'm just trying to think of easy games for you. Yeah, Kirby is definitely an easy game. Even I could play Kirby, which is great. I'm glad, Is Stardew Valley just kind of like Animal Crossing in the sense where it's just make a farm, take care of a crop? Oh, Yakuza isn't very hard? Okay. Well, that's good at least. Whew. I was just like feeling my chest just now and got a bit of dysphoria. You ever do that? Any trans people in my audience right now? Sometimes you just like forget what your body looks like. Feeling it helps, like feeling my chest. Sometimes if I'm feeling dysphoria, or if I'm in bed with someone, I'll be like, "Hey, can you touch my chest?" Because it reminds you, it keeps you grounded. I was the other day I was talking about how it's like when you get too high, and you feel like Stardew Valley has story and character development. Okay, well that's different then. Definitely start with Yakuza 0 if you decide to try it out. I will remember that. Yeah. Can you play it on the La Computadora? Because I don't have a system right now. It's on Steam? Yeah. Oh, Jesse, I will literally buy you a copy of Yakuza 0 if you stream it here on Twitch. Oh shit. That's tempting. Yeah, I think I would do that. I think you have to be a friend with someone on Steam to do that. If so, just find me. If you can't find me, let me know. I think hopefully you should be able to. I might not stream it tonight, and it might only be one stream if I don't like the game, but I'd for sure give it a shot. Because a lot of people have been asking me to play Yakuza, so. I tend to disassociate when it comes to dysphoria or focus on something else because I'm not on T yet. Yeah, it's especially when like before I went on T, it was really difficult to like ground myself, you know. Because here with top surgery and on T and stuff, it's more of a nightmare that you're like waking up from, where it's not your reality. You're just like so used to it being reality that you forget what you look like, you know. And I don't know if that will really go away ever. It gets better, but you know. Oh, cool. I don't have money right now, but I'll let you know when I've got the funds. Hell yeah, no, that'd be dope. I appreciate it. Oh shit. Cucumber just gave me Stardew Valley. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. I'll stream that sometime. That would be dope. Now I get to be the farmer. Dope, dope, dope. And if there's like character and stuff, then it's we're doing it different. Thanks, bud. That's awesome. Given more content, I'm just gonna be I it'll be a good thing. I hope I'm exhausted from making content once the quarantine lifts, you know? I want to stay in my house and just make as much shit as possible. Have you already played The Last of Us? Yes, I love The Last of Us. I can't wait for Last of Us 2. It got delayed, I think, because of you know, the somewhat zombie-like virus that is plaguing us, which is fair. I understand it wouldn't be good for marketing. Jesse, you could put a hat on a horse. What? Okay, I'm sold. That sounds amazing. I want to put hats on all animals. All animals deserve a little hat, a little vest. I wish Khaleesi would let me dress her up because God, I want to. My shot still stuck in my head. I think that's just gonna be my life. Is just my shot, uh, constantly on loop. You buy the hats from a barely literate mouse. Hell yeah. Does the mouse wear a hat? Does he not? It's kind of like frowned upon. Like he's can't indulge in the product. Snakes with hats are amazing. That's yes, very much so. Snakes and hats. Shoot. I'm part of the this cat is chonky group on Facebook, and there was a they link good shit all the time. Where I think the other day someone posted pictures of her. What's the name of those naked cats? The ones that look like rotisserie chickens. One of those kitties had like she dresses him in or her in different wigs, and that's pretty cool. Little wigs and different outfits, because it's enough to make different outfits, but you're going the extra mile if you're putting little wigs on that cat. And I'm glad the cat is okay with it. Sphinx cats. Yes. Yeah, I'm assuming Skype and Discord and all that is going to get more popular over the next few days once people are like, I could be alone, everything's fine. And then a few days later, they're like, human contact. I'm glad my workout routine is at home because I can just fucking. I got weights. I do the push ups. Oh, Discord has definitely had issues since they went down yesterday. Have they? I did not know that. You might like the game Night in the Woods. I love Night in the Woods. I have played Night in the Woods twice, 3 times maybe. Discord's been upping its capacity for everything. That's good. I hope so. Yeah, you're gonna have to leave your house on Thursday to pick up Doom Eternal. I can people download Animal Crossing without leaving their house? I hope so. Unless we leave, the better, maybe. I wonder if the class of 2020 will graduate via Skype, but if your Wi-Fi goes out, you have to go through another year. That's the rules. They were pumping up their limits, and turns out they weren't prepared for a lot of it being used. Oh god. Yeah, I should check. I'm gonna check my work Discord real quick just to make sure there's nothing I missed from it going down. Sorry, just catching up with. Oh fuck. Someone, what's the limit on if someone makes a bad joke that's a funny joke? What's the time limit? I'm gonna clap. I'm adding a clap react. I don't care. I'm glad. I'm glad my friends can make bad, stupid, good jokes. Cause like stupid, I don't mean as like a. I don't like that joke word. I just mean it's like I call my own jokes stupid all the time. Where I'm like, that's so stupid. I love it. I've been brainstorming for ideas for when I get to Texas, and I can't wait to do some of them. I have a show idea where, because I'm not a huge fan of anime, I want to do a show where someone who does know about anime shows me pictures of characters from the anime, and I have to like say what the anime is about without knowing anything about it, and just kind of make up this plot. I also want to stream Beat Saber because I fucking love Beat Saber. I was considering getting a VR system just for Beat Saber. That's how much fun I had with Beat Saber. But luckily, TFS has a VR setup, so just go to work and play games for free. I get there the first week, and I'm just not doing any work. I'm just playing Beat Saber. And they're like, "Hey, could you do your job?" And I'm like, "Listen, I moved here for Cane's Chicken and Beat Saber." Oh, how are workouts going? I haven't been consistent with mine recently, but plan to start again. Yeah, good. I for some reason have been sore recently or like more tired, so I haven't been doing it as much, but I need to get on that. Where I'll just go to do my regular workout routine and all of a sudden I'm like tired and I can't do it. I don't know if my sleep schedule's been fucking with me or something, but I'm just gonna power through it, you know. When you moved to Texas, August, middle of August. I still need to find someone to rent this place, but hopefully it won't be too hard because I was looking for people to rent it. Uh, when was it? I think it was like a week before coronavirus was doing its thing, and there were a lot of inquiries. But then this happened, so we'll see. And it's already like I was just checking months ahead, you know, because like August, that's 6 months from now or whatever, and people were still interested. So hopefully, because otherwise that's gonna be a problem for me, because it's called reletting, where you find someone to take over the rent because I already or the lease rather because I already signed a lease for another year, so I need to like find someone. Otherwise, I'm responsible for the rent. So, but I want to go to Texas again in like June to check out houses. You know, I want to look at the place before I rent it. Oh, and also congrats. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very stoked. I haven't had Whataburger. I need to give that a go. I don't have Beat Saber, but I have a record player. Same thing, right? Yeah, absolutely. Just get some lightsabers, get two lightsabers, and just start hitting the record. That's how you play. Because I played drums for so long that like Beat Saber is my shit. I'm so used to being bad at games, and then I started playing this game, and I was like, oh, it's drums. I get it. I wasn't even listening to the song that I put on when I went away, but it's stuck in my head because I keep seeing it. Go, go away. Haha. Boop, boop, boop. I can't do or watch VR because of my motion sickness. I'll be listening to that stream. That's fair. It's I usually get sick with VR as well. This was the first game I played where it took me a while to get to the sickness. I was up with the sickness rather than down, which is good. And also I was playing Professor Shy Guy. We were at Magfest and he brought his like the VR thing is like so small that he brought it with him and was like, "Do you want to play?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I gave it a shot, and he had some ginger pills. I think that's what they're called. That help with sickness. So I had one of those first, so maybe that helped. But um, it took me a couple songs. It took me like 4 or 5 songs before I started feeling like a little bit sick. And even then, I stopped playing because I was done. I wanted to continue with the convention experience. It wasn't because I felt sick. So That's good. But other VR games I can't play for that reason. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking about it, and the reasons I get VR sick is because everything is like in motion where you are like turning and there's a thing. But I think to you guys, it might actually just look like a static video game. So you might be able to watch me play, uh, as long as I'm not moving around too much. I think because it might just be. I have to remember what the format looks like, but from what I remember, it's like a static you know screen when you're actually playing the game. But if you have to look away, I totally understand. There's a Mexican food chain that started in my hometown that you have to try. Unfortunately, there isn't one in Dallas. Aw, dang. Well, I would love to, because Mexican food is number one, my shit, and number two, it's near Texas, so it's probably good. Or better than here. Go to Culver's? I think I've heard good things about Culver's. Let me look at the logo. That might be a place Dash recommended. I don't recognize the logo. I might be thinking of something else. But Culver's looks dope. I like that they have a ice cream thing. They got concrete. They got cement. Color scheme is interesting. I'm looking at like the outside of a Culver's. I wonder if during the fidget spinner craze, if some kids named their band the Fidget Sinners. That's too creative of a name. I feel like they wouldn't have thought of that, but maybe they would think of it after fidget spinners were a thing, and then they're like, "Dang it, we should have done this," because that's too good. I start to get motion sickness within 1 minute of VR. Dang. Like when you're I've definitely got motion sick watching Beat Saber on Lanny's stream. Oh, has Lanny played Beat Saber? Cool. Well, it's good to know I won't be the first. I remember that you said you liked otters or something about otters, and it's your persona or something, but I just finished a sketch of an otter while listening to you. Oh, yeah. That's dope. Yeah, otters are dope. Um, an otter is my main persona. It's like not something that I'm passionate about because I'm not a furry, but I like it. I like the idea of me being an otter, you know, because a lot of my furry friends have been like, "What animal do you think I am?" And then they like think about it for a moment, or like a minute or a few minutes. They ask me questions, then they're like, "You're an otter," and that seems to be the popular without them talking to each other. It's funny. There's Culver's in Texas. Dope. We'll have to give it a try then. Culver's is all right. They have them in Florida. Visit New Mexico if you want Mexican, or yeah, New Mexico if you want good Mexican food. Not too far of a drive, but just look up local restaurants in a New Mexico town. 9 times out of 10, it's delicious. Oh, that's dope. I don't have a car, but I might get a scooter as we talked about on the last stream, so I'll ride my scooter. It'll run out of batteries like 1/8 into the fucking journey. Culver's has fresh fries that are perfect for dipping in milkshakes. Ooh, hell yeah. Love that shit. I like me some good dip. Dipability in a fry is a good. I God, fries are dope. Oh hey, here's that otter. Hell yeah, that's cute. Is that me or is that just a random otter man? Either way, he's very cute. Bernie Sanders tweeted, "We must waive all student loan payments for the duration of this emergency." And I'm like, yes, please. That would be great. It is you. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, I can see the resemblance. Because I didn't want to be like, oh, this is definitely me if it isn't. But yeah, I could definitely see. That's so cute. She's got my hair. I'm gonna retweet it. What am I gonna say? It is me. I am Otter. Now there's 3 pictures of me as an otter. Let's see. There are now 3 pictures of me as an otter. Am I a furry now? Yeah, for otter in existence. Yeah, because it sucks. Because like I'm thinking about the student loan thing. Because I'm fortunate enough that I have savings, but like, you hear that dog barking? I don't know if you can hear it or not. There's dog barking in the hallway. Wonder how Khaleesi's faring with that. Hey, Khaleesi. Just gonna look at her real quick. Yeah, she's good. She's just a little like, what? What was that? Um, God, she's so weird. I don't know how she's gonna get out of that basket. I think she's gonna try to jump and she's gonna like knock it over in the process. I'm fortunate enough that I have a little bit of savings, so like my student loan payments come out automatically. And God, I can't think about if you're like working or you're laid off or something like during this time. Like, how are you supposed to? That sucks. We need to just get rid of the student loans. It's fucking carry a bunch of batteries for the scooter or have a wagon behind you. Hell yeah. Have ever had curry? I frankly can't live without it. And my shellfish eating Dumerals monitor. Yeah, no, I've had curry. I seem to have I liked it. Yeah, I don't know what qualifies as curry. I've had curry. Um, yeah, you know what? I've had curry. I'm trying to remember. Like, did I have a proper curry meal, or have I like eaten off of someone else's? But I've done both. Um, yeah. People say Bernie is too radical, but maybe, just maybe, we need a few radical ideas, quote unquote. Yeah. Maybe we just need to change that norm a little bit. And it's not even like anything radical. It the whole other parts of the world are like that. We're just like behind. It's so silly. Ugh, I love my audience. Like, I appreciate that y'all have similar viewpoints to my own. Because sometimes I'm like, oh no, I'm talking about Bernie. What are people gonna say? And everyone's like, hell yeah, eat the rich. And I'm like, cool, okay. We appreciate you. Aw. God, she's such a silly little cat. Cause she's just gonna hang in there, hang out in there, hang in there, hang in there. She's gonna be one of those cat posters. You've basically amassed a cult. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for my cult. We're gonna drink some punch and go to space. And in space, we'll have free healthcare. I don't like politics, so I just sit and listen to these parts of the stream. That's fair. Yeah, I used to not care about politics either, and then I realized that I was queer, and I was like, oh no, these things affect me a lot. Oh no. But it was obviously like a good wake up call because like a lot of the way that I used to be is because uh, I thought that I was straight and white and cis, so politics didn't really affect me at all, and I could just not give a shit, and life would still be the same for me. But then like my black friends or my queer friends would be like, hey, this if you vote on this thing it will be bad for us, and I was like, oh no, that makes sense. So I'm glad I got that out of the way before I actually became of voting age, because politics affects us even if we don't affect politics. Does that make sense? Yeah, politics affects us even if we don't. Yes, that makes sense. I'm tired, so I'm trying to figure it out. My cat is in heat and I love her, but she is loud and tried to sneak outside. No, no fucking. Cat, you're not allowed to fuck. I spent 8 years working on a farm and became skinny because of it. Screw rich people, specifically billionaires. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, okay. I didn't say I don't care about politics. Just freaking hate politics. That's fair. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. I hate it as well. I hate the. I hate that it's a thing. I hate that we have to convince people to care about poor people. You know. Me and my cat. I didn't raise a hoe. Rocket Man is stuck in my head because when you linked me the otter picture, you said Otter Man. So now Rocket Man is stuck in my head, which doesn't fully make sense, but it also does. The Ottoman Empire. Are you a cis male or did you convert? Oh, actually, that might be a serious question. I was about to say the phrase, "Do you know who I am?" And that sounds bad. So instead, I will say, uh, convert is a funnier word than transition. I uh um it's so funny. I've never had to like usually people who come to my streams are like people who know me, so I don't actually know if this is serious or not. I'm a trans dude, if that yes. And I'm just getting ready. I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Is this gonna be a weird thing? Is this a random person that I'm gonna have to ban, or is this like an actual fan of mine who is just confused about things? But in the meantime, we don't know. It's Schrodinger's. What's the word? Not commenter. Chatter. Schrodinger's chatter is both a bigot and not a bigot until we figure out if it's a bigot. Then, dear viewer, then we know. No, listen, racism is done. We had a black president. It's over. All done. This churro egg is one of the wildest things I've put in my mouth. Because it's not bad. It's strangely pleasant. Like, I can't eat Peeps. Peeps is too much sugar. I like thinking about Peeps makes my teeth hurt. They had when we were doing our showcase where we were showing off our shit at Team 4-Star last week. They got Peeps, and then no one wanted the Peeps. But when it was first being a thing where people were talking about, yeah, we're gonna like we want the showcase to look nice, so we're gonna get like some jelly beans and spring stuff because it's like a spring showcase. And wow, I'm glad that that happened before the coronavirus. Can you imagine if we were planning the showcase and then all this shit happened? That must have happened right in time, like before. God, what was I saying? But yeah, when people were first talking about like, yeah, we're gonna get some Peeps, I was like, ooh, Peeps. I can't. It's glad I'm not there because I would for sure guilt eat a Peep because they have so many of them. I would be like, I don't want them to go to waste. But I think only like one or two people there actually liked Peeps, so now we know for next time. But should have gotten some of those what are they called? Cadbury eggs, the mini ones, not the big ones. Like the I think I have them. They're coated in candy. Like it's like a chocolate egg that's like coated in candy, and those are cool. I like those. And sexism is done. We had a woman that's runner up for president. It's fine. Everything's fine. And animals and animals need no protections. We currently have an orangutan as president. It's like an orange orangutan because because he's he's orange. Hey rattlesnake, what up? Peeps are shit. Chocolate marshmallow eggs melted between graham crackers, though. Ooh, that sounds dope. Are we talking about the Russell Stovers? Because I haven't considered that. That sounds really good. Once quarantine lifts, I will try that. If I eat like 10 marshmallows or things that are like marshmallows, it makes my throat itch. I'm also lactose intolerant, but I would rather die than give up chocolate. That's fair. That's what a lot of my friends who are lactose intolerant say is they're like, fuck it, and they'll just drink their coffee with milk. I do not envy you, but I respect you. Just go for it. We just don't give a shit. So yeah, Arlette, have a good night. I keep wanting to pronounce your name like it's French, and I don't know if it is. It might just be a screen name. Arlette? I can't even do a French accent. It's like that accent where I just do the stereotypical one, and I don't audition for actual projects where I have to do a French accent because I'm like, that's not a real French accent. Yep, people are saying I'm a furry now because there are 3 pictures of me as otters. That's it, 3 strikes. I seem to be waking up more, which is great. Because I knew it. Because I was like, I'm not tired. It doesn't make sense that I'm tired. I just slept for like 7 hours. I can't be tired. I think I just like the longer you stay awake, the more your body's. And I'm putting sugar in my body also. So, Dad, I love you. I love you too. Hello. Obligatory was like, wait, chocolate has lactose? Fuck, that's why I'm still having stomach trouble. And Vintage Cheetah was like, it has milk. Who else has a persona? I'm a gator boy myself. Hell yeah. He was a gator boy. I've got a cheetah because I'm constantly nervous. Are cheetahs known for being nervous? I was not aware. You know, the more we talk, the more I feel like real life is strange, stranger than the game. I think that is. I think the real life is strange. Is the strange we made among the life, along the life. Mm-hmm. God, now Gator Boy is gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the night. What is the largest animal you could hunt down with your bare hands? That's a good question. Oh my god. It's also a very dark question. I feel like a dog, but not like a large dog. Like a sizable dog, but not like a Great Dane. I think a Great Dane could kick my ass. Cockroaches produce milk? That's so upsetting. That's that was a stretch and also a reaction to cockroaches producing milk. Very upsetting. I don't like it. I don't like that. Cucumber would pick a wolf. Obligatory would be a turtle. Cucumber says, or bear. I'm Harry. This is hell yeah. Fun fact: in zoos, cheetahs are given emotional support dogs because they're naturally anxious animals, and they also chirp. That's adorable. Pretty sure a Chihuahua could kick my ass. Not Jack Jesse. Jack Jesse will win all those dog fights. I'm working on it. What is the largest dog? That's how I will the very dark way that I will keep track of my athletic progress is what dog could I beat in a fight? I don't want to hurt any animals. Maybe just like a wrestling contest. What animal, what dog can I hug into submission? That's the level of working out. I hope I can one day hug a Great Dane into submission. Oh, and squirrels. Squirrels used to be my favorite animal, and I think they're still way up there. They might still be my favorite animal. I really like otters. Squirrels are bloodthirsty. Wait, what? The entire platypus? The entire platypus is a nipple? It can produce milk from anywhere on its body besides its bill and claws? Are you serious? The entire platypus is a nipple is a fantastic sentence. How about a mastiff? Let me look up that dog real quick. It's like the website doesthedogdie.com. Does Jesse conquer the dog? Mastiff dog. Ooh, those boys. That's a strong boy. I feel like a Great Dane could headbutt me in the face and just like break my nose. A mastiff. Oh, they're so cute. He's a big boy. They get really big. I'm looking at a picture of one that's like as big as a human. It would take a lot. I don't know if I could cuddle a mastiff into submission. That's my next fitness goal. Mastiffs are bears of dogs. Yeah, that's a big boy. Leonbergers are my favorite dog breed. Such big fluffy boy. Ooh, let me see. Leonberger. What? Oh, so fluffy. Yeah, I think this dog is 90% hair. I think this is just a hair dog. It's 90% fluff. You shave the dog and it's just like a skeleton basically. It's teeny tiny. Oh, the puppies. The puppies are so good. Oh, the puppies are so cute. Oh my god. I'm gonna squish that puppy. What a good puppy. I can't cry because of hormones, but I tear up when I get excited sometimes. And I have tears in my eyes because I was looking at that puppy and I found it very cute. Yeah, squirrels and possums are those animals that like I like, but in the wild, I think they could for sure kick my ass. I don't I want to hug the squirrel, I want to hug the possum. I can't. It's a forbidden hug. They don't want it. That's fair. I will not hug an animal that does not want to be hugged. I've wrestled with big dogs my whole childhood. I could take down a large coyote if I had to. Hell yeah. I want a Shiba Inu. Oh, Shiba Inus are so cute. Shit, I didn't realize you were streaming until right now. No worries, it's good. We're only 3.5 hours in. You didn't miss much. What is happening? This is Grinder. Oh. It's not Grinder. Oh, okay. That's good. It's just my doctor being like, hey, just want to let you know, dear patients, very personalized. If your health insurance coverage has been interrupted due to COVID-19, please contact us so we can provide assistance in assessing your options. Well, that's cool. I appreciate that. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Greyhounds. Those are interesting. They remind me of a hybrid of a rat and a horse. Yeah, that's a horse with a small face. Yeah, so platypus sweat lactose and they produce venom in their claws. So it's a big dangerous nipple is what you're saying. The platypus is just a big dangerous nipple of a creature. They are fucked up, dirty egg layers. All hugs are forbidden hugs right now. Sad face. Yeah, we can't hug anyone. 6 feet apart. Hug. Shiba Inus are supposed to be very hard to train. I've heard that. My first dog in Nintendogs was a Shiba Inu. What about Perry the Platypus? He's amazing. Don't you disrespect him like that. That's true. He's very dangerous, and that's why no one messes with Perry, because he's a big dangerous nipple, and they're like, oh no, he's gonna get venom on us and milk on us. It's the hat. It is. It's the hat. Possums have rough hair and they're pure muscle. That being said, though, I have fought with them on several occasions, and you could win. They mostly avoid conflict, though. They know if they get triggered to play dead, they might not wake up. Oh, I did not know that. Two bros chilling in a hot tub 6 feet apart because they don't want the coronavirus. It's everyone on Grindr now. Now I've got Eminem's Venom stuck in my head. God, that was such a fun. Like, okay, say what you will about Venom. I liked it for it being a dumb movie, you know? Like, I sat back and enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't go in with high expectations, and it doesn't heat up until like 1/3 into the movie. But, well, here's the thing: it's becomes an entertaining movie, at least for me, once Venom shows up. Because before that, you just have this insane person. Like, Eddie Brock is an insane person. He's just so weird. He's like the character of Eddie in that movie, at least, is portrayed as he's like this cool goofy guy that like he makes up his own inside jokes and he's saying things that don't make sense and everyone's like, what, Eddie? Like the there's no such thing as can't thing is something that sticks out to me as like this is an insane person. So once he has Venom to bounce off of, it becomes better. So I watched this goofy ass fucking movie. And then the credits come on. It's just Eminem rapping Venom over and over, and the chorus is just Venom, Venom, Venom over and over, and it's just the cherry on top to this very delicious movie experience. Oh. But it's also good to know that I could fight a possum. I'll put that on the list of animals I could conquer. There's an island in Alaska with one of its names being Fortress of Bears, and the bears there are massive. Just popped into my head because of all this animal talk, so I thought I'd mention it. Holy shit. Just a fortress of bears. I enjoyed the Venom movie. I thought it was good. Yeah. It's not bad. Like, if I go into it thinking it's going to be a good movie, it might have turned out to be bad. But I just went in with no expectations because I was like, whatever is going to fucking happen in this movie. I don't know. It was goofy, you know? I enjoyed Venom, but I did feel bad for Eddie at the beginning. Yeah. Well, he's interesting. He's just an interesting character because he's portrayed as like feel bad for him. But also I understand why his girlfriend leaves him because or wife or girlfriend, I think it was girlfriend. Because there has to be a level of trust, you know, and he goes on her computer and like does something that like gets her fired all in, just because he wants to pursue the story, and that sucks. Um, so I get why she left him, but you know, Tom Hardy actually voiced Venom too. He's a pretty good VA. Oh, that's awesome! I didn't know that. He is. Eddie Brock is a very special boy. Eddie's one of those friends that you have, and when you need to introduce him to a friend, they're like, "What is he like?" And you're just like, "He is an experience." Everyone's making a lot of otter puns. Wow, there's 15 people here right now. I guess everyone is just because I'm worried because I was like, oh no, I'm tired right now. I hope I'm still entertaining. But this is like a large gathering, a larger one than normal. So I'm glad I'm at least more interesting than not having me around. I'm making cookies right now, but I've eaten like probably half the batter. Listen, Liv Moss. I eat cookie dough. The man can't control me. But also just make sure you don't get sick because it will be very difficult to get into a hospital right now. Which is also a good reason that I'm like I'm glad that the quarantine is doing its thing because I would much rather stay inside. Because what if like you get hit by a car or something? Like getting into an emergency room is not gonna fly right now. What if someone's driving and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I have the corona," and then they like crash into you? That's how that works. I never miss a Jesse stream on purpose. You're more interesting than YouTube, lol. I stopped watching it to come see the stream. Oh, well, thank you. Hell yeah. Have you tried the edible cookie dough bites from Ben and Jerry's? I haven't yet. I've been very tempted to though. I keep seeing them like everywhere, basically. I saw them in Target the other day. I saw them available online, and I'm like, do I want to? Because I feel like they'd be disappointing. But it is Ben and Jerry, and they are known for making uh, flavors with cookie dough in it that doesn't go bad. So if anyone could make it good, it would be them. I'm playing Pokemon while listening, and I just like being around people I can relate to. That's yeah, I understand that. It's kind of like the appeal of podcasts to me while I cook. You know, it's just nice to like have something on in the background. Ben and Jerry's half baked ice cream makes me weak. Yeah, half baked is dope. It's a stupid complaint from me. But the only thing that I would do to change half baked, and I wouldn't want to change it permanently because some people do just like the recipe as it is. But I'm not a fan of vanilla ice cream. I need something. I need a chocolate. So if half baked was chocolate ice cream, like pure chocolate, not mixed with vanilla, that would make it better for me. As it is right now, I do not get it just for that reason. But I understand why people enjoy it because I love Ben and Jerry's. Right now, I have a bunch in my fridge. I I I got their pumpkin cheesecake because that was going out of style, out of season. So I got one of those. I like their brownie batter. I like their cookie swirl thingy, and I just got one of their new flavors, which is like a coffee of some kind with a brownie batter swirl or something. I'm big on ice cream. It is one of my things. Oh man, I'd love an all chocolate variant. Yeah, good. Okay, it's not just me. Plain vanilla is meh, but variations of vanilla are good. Yeah, I agree. Like, for some reason, um, vanilla bean is just infinitely more appealing to me than regular vanilla. I have eaten a gallon of chocolate ice cream, and I always slightly regret it a day later. Yeah, I've worked in two ice cream places, and ice cream is just like I love ice cream. It's so interesting to me as a subject. I like seeing it made. I like variations of flavors. I've talked about this before, but if I were to create flavors, I would. There are two right off the bat that I would love to produce. One of them is it's gonna sound weird, but I swear it tastes good, and I discovered it by accident. Um, a coffee ice cream with mashed up peanut butter cups in it. It's an interesting blend, but like you try it together and the flavors work. The coffee blends together well with the peanut butter and the chocolate, and I didn't know until I actually tried it. Um, because I accidentally did it because my mind was on autopilot and I was going to get chocolate ice cream to mash up some Reese's cups to put in it. And I accidentally used coffee ice cream instead and I started eating it. It was like, oh, this isn't chocolate. But then my brain took a few seconds to catch up and I was like, oh, this is a good thing. This is a good thing that's happened. Neat. I wouldn't have guessed. So that's the first flavor. And the second flavor is a chocolate ice cream with cookie dough pieces in it. And that seems really basic, right? But think about it. When have you seen that? It's not a thing that people produce. It's only vanilla ice cream with cookie dough pieces in it. There's no I I I'm struggling to think of anyone that produces a chocolate ice cream with cookie dough in it. Like, and that's it, you know, because half baked got me hungry for that, you know, because you get the other pieces in it and you're like, ah, you know what? I just want that chocolate. Let me check real quick. Chocolate ice cream with let's see, cookie dough. I'm just gonna search it and see if anyone. Ooh, you know what? Okay. Hold on. Eddie's produced one at one point. It was a slow churned variant. I don't like the slow churned Eddie's. I prefer the regular, but they did produce a slow churned version of it called Double Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough. Yeah, slow churned makes it more of a light ice cream. So the description is chocolate light ice cream with double chocolate cookie dough pieces and chocolate morsels. But the thing is, I don't. The chocolate morsels in ice cream are usually a mixed bag for me because if you just put chocolate chips in ice cream, it turns the chocolate hard usually, and it makes it crunchy, and I'm not a fan of that. Uh, oh, Delta Flashback, thank you for the raid. Hell yeah, hello. Um, oh damn, yeah, there's people here. Hello. We're talking about ice cream. Disc Girl, hey, thank you so much for the follow. We're talking about ice cream variations. This Eddie's flavor, the main problems with it, in my opinion, are hey, Saint Tragedy. Thank you so much for the follow. What up? Dope. Welcome to the trip. So the main issues with this one is that it is a light flavor, which gives it. I don't know the purpose of making a flavor light. To me, it just makes it taste like there's less flavor. I don't know if it saves on calories or what, or if it's just a different style of making it because it does say slow churned, so that might be, you know, that might be the reason. But it also doesn't say anything about calories, so that might not even be a factor. It might just be a different style. Oh, here we go. Half the fat. Okay, so slow churning it produces half the fat, which makes sense. But for me, who wants all the fat, sorry to raid and run. Gonna be lurking. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. No worries. Do not apologize for bringing people in. As long as they behave themselves and don't track mud on the carpet, everyone is welcome here. Bruh, HEB has a dope ice cream flavor called Cookies over Texas, yeah? It's cookies and cream with chocolate chip cookie dough pieces in it. That sounds awesome. I will for sure have to remember to try that once I get over to Texas. Yeah, that sounds dope. Cookies and cream with chocolate chip cookie dough. That sounds awesome. Yeah, holy shit. If there's any HEBs near Dallas, stretchy. If there's any HEBs near Dallas, that'd be dope. I will for sure remember to check that out. Boop 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 boop. So that's one group of people who has tried to do a chocolate ice cream with cookie dough. We've also got Friendlies did a double chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. But do they produce that anymore? Because I have not seen that in stores. I hope they still do. Because like no one does it. No one does just chocolate with cookie dough. Please. And thank you. We've got Ben and Jerry's peanut butter dough. I don't know if I have tried that or not, but it is one of the lower calorie ice creams. Which is like, if you're going to take the risk, give me the full fat. Like, this is a great flavor. Why would you make? I guess they don't want to take a risk on it. I don't understand. But that is risky. That's risky if you're making this low calorie treat. That is also, I guess maybe that's what's in their head. Is they're like, hey, people might be hesitant to try this lower calorie flavor, but what if we make it a really interesting flavor type? And that's a fine idea, but give me also the full fat because I just want to try this flavor of ice cream. But I have tried Ben and Jerry's lower calorie flavor because they had a marshmallow dream or something flavor that like sounded good. The flavor sounded good, so I got it. And I was like, it's lower calorie. I'm sure it'll be fine. And it didn't taste good for that reason. So whoopsie doodle. Hold on. How did we start talking about ice cream? That's a good question. No idea. I don't know how we got here, but we are here now. I think my favorite ice cream thing that I found out was that if you take plain chocolate ice cream and mix Score Bits and Oreos in it, it's so good. Oh, what are Score Bits? Is that a UK thing? There are about 7 HEBs in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. And it's just called HEB? It doesn't like stand for anything? Because it does sound like something you'd have to check for before you go on Grindr. PP are just idiots, and companies realize that people think calories and fat are poison. Yeah. Because, like, if you're working out, like, I'm not a, everyone's biology is different. But in my experience, if I just work out consistently, I have an all right metabolism. So if I just work out consistently, I can eat whatever I want. And there's no huge difference. But people see fat and people see calories, and they're like, oh, can't. Bad. Oh, Score Bits are just bits of a score bar, basically. They're used like chocolate chips in baking, usually. Oh, okay. I guess I've heard of Score in baking, but I don't think I've actually seen a Score bar, so I didn't know where the term came from. 'Somebody mentioned making cookies, and I asked Jesse if he's tried the cookie dough bites from Ben and Jerry's. That's where we got started. That's right. Yes, we talked about cookie dough, and then we kept going back to cookie dough is the thing, because we were talking about cookie dough. Then we talked about Ben and Jerry's because of their cookie dough bites. Then I talked about how ice cream is important to me because I've worked in multiple places, and then I pitched you my 2 ideas for ice cream flavors. I think that flavor actually was there was a fan of mine who said that there was an ice cream place near their place where you can name flavors after people, and he got an ice cream flavor named after me. I think I wanted to call it Whack Attack, and I think it was coffee ice cream with cookie dough and Reese's or something like that. Maybe it was chocolate ice cream. I forget what it was. Once I become rich and famous, I will for sure make one of my flavors. Oh shit, I forgot to set my timer for my cookies. Well, hope they didn't burn. LeMayo. Yeah, I hope so too. Or it'll be like my Valentine's Day video. Little overdone, but that's all good. That's good. Yeah, my cookies in my V-Day video ended up not being edible. People are like, vegan good and gluten bad. It's only bad if you're allergic to gluten. And they don't realize that gluten is the plant-based protein. It's unhealthy as fuck. Yeah, it's... People don't do any actual research into what is actually good or bad. Don't laugh, but HEB stands for Howard Edward Butts, the son of the founder. Well, that makes sense. That now I understand why they named it HEB. So no one would judge going to a grocery store with Butt in the name. That makes sense. Why would I laugh? There's nothing funny about a butt. Someone made a thread of Animal Crossing villagers as hand sanitizers. And that's the world we live in right now. Ah, yes, let's go to the butt store. I used to work at the butt store. That's an amazing thing that you're able to say. It's worth it just to work there for like a day, just so you can say I worked at the butt store. Oh, not gonna lie, it's really great to work there. They have tons of benefits and are flexible with their hours. Also, they pay more than minimum wage. I think I was getting paid $9 to $10 an hour. That's dope. Well, I guess it's in Texas or wherever you are. The minimum wage in New York, I believe, got jacked up to 15 an hour, if I'm remembering correctly. I stopped working things that would require minimum wage around the time that I moved to New York, so I was not up to date. I'm glad y'all are chilling with me tonight. This is a dope, chill, lo-fi beats to hang to hang. Oh, the minimum wage in Texas is 7.25. Damn. Well, I guess that does make sense because things are cheaper in Texas. Like the standard of living in New York is a lot higher because the rent is a lot higher. Like when I'm what I'm paying right now, I'm in Philly, and Philly is less, like New York is expensive, and then less than that is Philly, and then less than that is Texas. So Philly, what I'm paying right now for my studio, I'll be paying just as much in Texas, and I'll be getting like a 1 bedroom to myself, which is cool. Cooking chicken and rice? Hell yeah, I've got that right here. Well, y'all, actually, I think that I'm going to get to work on some other videos, and I also have to feed that cat before she goes insane. Um, but I really appreciate y'all hanging with me tonight. I'm gonna try to stream more this week, uh, because to lift people's spirits, have people chilling a little, you know. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for the follow, multiple follows. Thank you for the subs. We had a couple raids tonight, which is dope. Oh, sorry I couldn't come earlier. Hopefully I can catch more next time. Yeah, totally. If you follow me on here, then you'll get an email when I go live, and I'm also gonna tweet when I'm live. Um, Sometimes I cancel streams because I have plans last minute, but that will not be happening here because I'm not going anywhere. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you chilling with me tonight, and I hope you all have a great night. And stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. Wash hand. Do a good. I love you. Have a good night.